Hi and welcome back. Thank you so much for visiting Picket Fan's YouTube channel today. My name is Emelie, and in this video I will be sharing how you can create a slimline full front shaker card and also using the web here to extend your card panel in a cool way. So here is some of the products that I will be using today. Card on my web is one of the new stamps, and here is the slimline full front shaker die. It's just one of those must-have products in your stash. So first off, I took a piece of cardstock. I believe this is 4 by 7.5, and I ink blended with my blending brushes from Picket Fan Studios a rainbow. And that is maybe not your traditional Halloween color, and I agree. But I love a rainbow, and I can put a rainbow on pretty much everything, it seems. So just go with it. You can pick whatever colors you like, but this really makes me happy when I'm creating, to see all of these happy colors and the white embossing that I will do in a second here. So now I will soon speed this up a lot, so you don't have to see me do this in real time, and you can see how much faster it goes. But this is really a process when I'm going back and forward until I get a smooth transition, and I can see that it looks a little bit splotchy here on screen, but I promise you, when I'm looking at it in real life, it doesn't look as bad as it does here on the camera. But if you have problems ink blending, I really recommend these ink blending brushes. For me, they are working magic. I love especially the ones that are a little bit bigger. So you can see for my green here, I have a really large brush. I just love them. I think they are the easiest to use. And I got some ink smushes here in purple that I didn't like, so I just took an eraser to take that away. And then I went over it with the yellow part again. So you can pretty much cover up everything, even if it doesn't look the way you're like was intended it to look, especially when you're gonna do the technique I'm doing today. So you can see it's not perfect. I went over it a couple of times off screen just to make it look a little bit better, and you can see some of those parts toned down a little bit. Now I will work the magic here. I took Cut on My Web stamp and inked it up in a sticky ink, and now I'll cover it in white embossing powder. And you can see that nearly all of my mistake will tone down, and you will more focus on the beautiful spider web in the background. I will heat set that, and then I will rotate my stamp and stamp it once more. And just to cover up that lower part that we didn't stamp earlier, and I will use an anti-static powder tool. You can use baby powder or whatever you have in your stash, just to take that static away, since I kept my fingers there when I was embossing the other part. The moisture of my fingers, if that makes sense, could make the powder stick to parts that I didn't like. So here is some clear plastic. You can use some recycled plastic or whatever like thin plastic that you have in your stash. And I just cut mine down to fit in my standard die cutting machine, and then I run it through with the I cannot speak, I'm sorry, the slimline full front shaker. And then I will adhere it to the back side using some strong double-sided tape. Making sure that I am having it really tight so that none of my goodies that I will fill it up with in a second here will fall out. So I'm leaving the top open just to have a space to fill it with. And this is one of I think the most beautiful Halloween sequin mixes that I've seen, and it's called Skeleton Crew, and it's this pink corally shaker mix with some skeletons in it, and it's just beautiful. And I combine that with another sequin mix. This one is called Spidey Friends sequin mix, and I just took some of the black spiders in that. It also contains some white embellishments, or yeah, sequins. So, but I didn't use those, I just took the spiders. And when I am like content with all of my garnishing in there, I will just close it up on the back side and they are all sticking to my shaker. So easy to do, and I just love it. And this is a product that is meant to go across a slimline, but since I wanted mine standing up, I will be a little bit creative here and just use, you could actually fit all of them, but I decided just to go with 2 of the words, so spooky night I will say. And by the way, this one is called Slimline Have a Spooky Night Wardrobe Die. It's really a fun one. It also comes with a shadow if you like that. So I wanted a really black but with some interest to it paper, but I didn't have any in my stash, so I decided to go ahead and create one for myself. And to do that I used the Picket Fans Paper Glaze Black Pansy, and it's really a shiny black. It's really a cool finish, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out. And I also did some experimenting with some gold glitter in the back, but I ended up not using it. I will experiment a little bit more and maybe be back in another video showing you how I did that. But for this one I just used the that really cool, it nearly looks like leather, if that makes sense. When I cut it out of the leathers, it was super nice. So then I thought it looked a little bit too plain, so I wanted something more for my like front here. So I decided to go ahead and use the Slimline Halloween layer. This also comes in an A2 format if you're more comfortable in using that size. But I cut mine down. You can see here it's not pretty, but I will cover all of this up in a second here. But I just wanted that little bit of orange peeking through, so it really made it look like more of a Halloween card. Since I had that rainbow going on the front, I just needed something to make this say it's Halloween. So that is why I did this, and I think it turned out super nice. And it's also a good way to stretch your supplies. You can see I had to cut it down because it was smaller than my full front shaker, but that is okay. It turned out really nice in the end, and I ended up loving this. If you will, like, I think this is more of a card that you will give to the recipient than to mail it, but I think it's possible to do it. You just have to find the right envelope for it. So you can see how I'm covering up all of those yucky bits, if that makes sense, with my Slimline card base. I was contemplating if I was going to make the orange be on the inside of my card base, but I didn't like that. You see, I liked that the orange was peeking out on all of the sides, so that is why I did that. But you could totally make a bigger card front and make that fit. I just wanted to point that out. I raised my letters up, by the way, with some black foam tape. You can find it in the Picket Fence shop. And before I forget, of course, I will list all of the products that I used in this video down below. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial showing you how you can stretch your supplies and be creative with the colors for all occasions, and of course how to create a full front shaker. Until next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye!